You know those moments when your mind just won't stop spinning? You're folding laundry, but replaying that awkward moment with your stepkid. You're trying to relax, but your brain's running a full-on highlight reel of everything that could possibly go wrong this week. You're not even in an actual stressful moment, but somehow your brain and your body are acting as if you are. If that sounds familiar, I want to share a strategy that could change everything about how you handle anxious thoughts. It's called worry time, and it can actually train your brain to stop feeding those runaway worries. Hi, I'm Michaela, psychologist, coach, and stepmom for over a decade. And I know how exhausting it is when your brain feels like a 24/7 alarm system, constantly scanning the horizon for what could go wrong next. Now, the strategy I'm about to teach you is not about pretending everything's fine when it's not. And it's not about forcing yourself to just think positive. It's about teaching your beautiful brain when to worry so that you can get some well-deserved peace and quiet the rest of the time. Here's what I see all the time in my coaching practice. Stepmoms, as a group, manage so much emotional complexity. We've got co-parenting dynamics, partner stress, stepkid behavior, our own sense of belonging or lack thereof, and then we wonder why our mind never seems to shut off. Maybe you catch yourself going over the same conversation again and again and again, or thinking to yourself, what if this goes wrong? What if I mess up? Or replaying moments on a loop that maybe weren't even that big a deal in the first place, but somehow feel heavier each and every time you revisit them. That's not you being dramatic. That's you probably being overstimulated. And it's your brain trying to find some semblance of control through worry. When worry becomes a habit, your brain starts to learn, if I can just keep thinking about this, maybe things will get better. But that's a trap. Worry itself doesn't solve problems. It merely feels productive. And every time we feed that worry habit, our anxiety grows stronger and more automatic. That's why we need to interrupt the cycle, not by suppressing the thought or indulging it, but by containing it. And that is exactly what worry time does. By the way, if you'd like your own copy of this strategy to reference as you're giving worry time a try, it's yours at the link below. This strategy is very simple, but you got to follow all the steps for it to work, okay? Step 1, you're going to choose your time. Pick a specific time of day, ideally when you won't be rushed or interrupted. For example, right after dinner or first thing in the morning before the rest of the house is awake. Pick a time of day that you can be consistent with every day, and this will become your designated worry time. Step 2, when it's your worry time, set a timer. I think 15 minutes is a good place to start. Sit somewhere quiet, no distractions. You might need to get your partner's help with that. And let your anxious thoughts come up. Don't fight them. Don't fix them, just notice them. If you want, you can jot them down, but you don't have to. It can help to imagine your mind as a stage and you're in the audience. And one by one, you let the worries walk on stage, say their lines, and then walk off. Step 3, when the timer ends, imagine the curtains closing on your worries. Say to yourself, thank you, brain. I heard you. We'll check in again tomorrow. Then, pro tip, physically move your body. Get up, stretch, go to another room, go for a little walk. This signals to your body, to your brain, worry time is officially over. So that's worry time, but just as important, don't skip this next one. Step 4, when worries pop up outside of worry time, delay them. When you feel your mind start spinning, let's say you're driving and suddenly you have the thought, what if this weekend's a disaster? Gently say to yourself, I'll hear you, but not now. Don't fight it. Don't trip down the rabbit hole. Just say to yourself gently, not now. I'll think about this at worry time. And then bring your focus back to whatever you're doing. Those 4 steps, lather, rinse, repeat every day until it becomes a habit. Here's why this works so powerfully. Your brain hates uncertainty. So when you try to suppress a thought, like, don't think about that text from his ex, your mind's going to resist and double down, and that's all you'll be able to think about. But when you give that same thought a scheduled time to exist, your brain relaxes a little. It learns, okay, I don't have to think about this right now. There's a safe place for it later. And when you follow through, when you actually sit down and do worry time at the same time every day, you build trust with yourself. This is huge. Over time, your mind starts to quiet down because it believes, it has learned that you will take care of business when the time comes. One of my clients used to wake up in the middle of the night, every single night, with her mind racing. She'd start worrying about how the kids would behave that weekend or how they'd all get along or what the kid's mom would do next. She told me, I feel like I never get a break. Even when it's completely quiet around me, my brain is always buzzing. Can you relate to that feeling? Have you felt that before? Let me know in the comments. So together we created a new evening routine for her, which included worry time about an hour before bed. It was a little tough for her at first. She was understandably wary of inviting more worry. That was already all she was doing. But once she started building the habit, once she started doing worry time at that same time every night, something amazing happened. She started noticing patterns coming up during worry time, which made it feel more manageable. In just about a week, she didn't even need the full 15 minutes to cycle through all of her worries. And in just under 2 weeks, she was sleeping all through the night. She said, "It's like my brain finally trusts that I will get to it later. I don't wake up at 2 a.m. spiraling anymore. Finally, I can rest." Her worries didn't disappear completely, but they did stop running her show. And in that space she created, peace started taking root. You can't avoid every worried thought, but you can contain it. That is the power of worry time. As you're just starting out, it's normal for worries to sneak in between worry time and try to hijack you. When they do, just gently remind yourself, not now, brain. I'll see you at worry time. This is not about denial. It's about emotional discipline, which I believe is one of the most powerful skills a stepmom can learn. But here's the truth. Even worry time can only take you so far if you're still believing certain lies about stepmotherhood. And once you see these for what they are, I'm telling you, you will never approach your role the same way again. Watch the next video on your screen to hear them now.